first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway.
Takes it at the 7. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
And the quality of opponent goes up a notch here in this divisional round. But he's coming off such a sensational performance, I'm not sure he cares. 4 touchdown passes in the last game, and you'd have to imagine his head coach would sign up for that right now.
Rodgers going to the air to start things out.
And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw is Rodgers.
Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Breece Hall.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
They'll run with Hall.
Shifts past him at the 45.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
They'll go for it. It's Hall.
And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jets are on the board first here in this division round matchup.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. That time, a 9-play drive, and it ends with a Jet touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it.
So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive.
They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
All in all, he was pretty solid in the victory in the wild card round and threw a couple of touchdowns. And when it comes to quarterback play, you'd always love spectacular. But in the playoffs, you'll take solid. And that's exactly what they're looking for from him again in this contest.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence again.
Over the middle, complete. That's Johnson. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. He was so vital in their wild card win a week ago. 8 catches in that game. This is his first one in this affair. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 42. 14 yards that time for number 14. Nothing flashy there. The slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And then he's able to absorb the contact to complete it.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw completes to Freiermuth.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Getting this out to the flat. Mostert.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 20-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now Lawrence to throw.
And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
And it really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well for the defensive
What's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Rodgers going to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 44-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Hall ought to give up the middle.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here's Rodgers. That's into the hands of Reynolds.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
We're still in the first quarter, but it's apparent they're going to have to come up with a different defensive game plan for him because right now he's kind of having his way against that defense and has added a touchdown to the list. How do you slow him down? They're going to have to mix up some coverages, maybe change who's guarding him.
Zerline good with a PAT, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Lawrence. Got a man. That's Richie James. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
A run with Mostert up the middle. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there. On 2nd and 7, Lawrence. Quick completion here to Johnson. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 41-yard line. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence. Completes this one to Pickens. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage. Got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Back to the running game with Mostert. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. We often give credit to the O-line. There, 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Here's Mostert. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Look at this, a tight end carry. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Looking to throw, Lawrence. This is caught. And the spin looked pretty, but more for style points as the real estate evaporated quickly there. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
Oh, my, that's a heck of a tackle right there on 3rd down because they had to swing it out to the back and hope that he could make a play. But let's face it, in order for him to be there and be in that position, in order to make that play, he had to read his keys and not be fooled. Excellent job in the open field.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. And this is going to be intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, Charles certainly circled that play. We might have to revisit it later. They had 3 in their back pocket. They go for it on 4th and goal and throw the pick.
Well, you know, we're still in the first half. A bold call nonetheless. And I guess the book might have said take the 3, but it looks like they burned the book and just said give me the analytics. And the analytics said go for it. Didn't work out.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, here's Hall. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. Open man here is Conklin. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. To throw, it's Rodgers. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Throwing is Rodgers. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Rodgers to throw once more. Throw left side to Reynolds. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. They'll give to Hall. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Now hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Rodgers now on 1st down. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers. And he'll be brought down at the 27. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that is incomplete. So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. This from 44 yards away. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal. And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued. And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. On third down, Lawrence. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 4th down. Brandon, a good idea there on third down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And New York set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown. I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Yeah, run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside. And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground? Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life. No doubt about it. But you're stuck with me in this booth. Yes, and he's miles away and smiling. And happy. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. He gets it underneath to Hall. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 4th down, out comes the punter, Drew Chrisman. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. Finding room at midfield. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. To throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence. And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Now on 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in a kicker to try and hit from 61 yards. And this one winds up no good.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Straight ahead is Hall. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And now the half not quite over yet. This is a live football on the miss. So it's on to halftime of this AFC Divisional Round matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. A look around the NFL, we'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC Divisional Round. The Steeler offense now with the football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest, but now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips.
And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. That's into the hands of Reynolds.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall.
And he'll get it down to the play to the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. He finds his man, complete. That's Reynolds.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers over the middle and complete to Wilson. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 12-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another 1st.
That's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Hall again on 2nd down.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
The downside for the defense is that they're dealing with a team that's in their red zone, but the upside, not much room to work with for the offense. Fewer windows in the zone for them to throw into. Tough for a quarterback to get a throw off before the pressure ends up getting to him.
So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. This a 31-yard attempt. Zerline's kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Second and 10 now. It's Lawrence.
James has got it. Complete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Now Lawrence.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken around the 12.
A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Jets will take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right?
Hall has it knocked loose.
But I think a Jet was able to recover, and they'll keep possession thanks to a heads-up play.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Larry Ogunjobi, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Up the middle they go with Mostert.
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
On 3rd and 1, it's Lawrence.
And he fires one, but incomplete. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. And the Jets set to take the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And this one is incomplete. Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And a fair catch is taken here, a step or two inside the 45-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lawrence. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield strike. From midfield now, Lawrence. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and the deficit will stay at 3 scores. Well, you know that they were thinking second-half comeback here. That's a big miss if they want to have a chance at that comeback.
A very big miss because time is becoming a real factor now, and they're 3 scores down.
Now this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50, 1st and 10. A toss left side for Hall. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Hall again on 2nd down. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain.
Holding offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Hall again on 2nd down. And maybe Shane's in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Rodgers going to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Holding offense.
And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one. Hence the decline.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. And that's his 2nd sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the 3rd quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Lawrence from his end zone. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. That'll give him 8 that time. 3rd and 7 now. One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. The offense on 3rd down, it has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. taking on the midfield logo. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. And several days ago, you and I talked with a couple of the guys in the meetings about how big is home field advantage. And they kind of downplayed it a bit, but I think we're seeing here today, building up this lead, looks like they're going to win. Why home field advantage in the divisional round so important?
Yeah, they may have downplayed it, but we could also sense that it was important to them because nothing has to change. You don't have to uproot anything. Sometimes when you're going on the road, you may have to even leave earlier in order to get acclimated if it's going to be a tough environment against the team you're going to play. So being at home is a big deal, but now they know, at least they feel like it, they're moving on to the championship round. There's got to be no better feeling. They'll get that 24-hour rule in. Enjoy that before they look forward to the next opponent.
And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And the lead will stay put at 17. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Lawrence. Oh, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. A handoff for Hall. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Hall again on 2nd down. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Here's Hall again. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Here's a give to Hall. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. They'll run with Hall. Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the 1st down, close it out.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. To throw again on second down, Lawrence. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. Here's Lawrence. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and they'll bring up fourth down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on third down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
And now he'll fire deep downfield for James. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. It would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. Now Hall. 76. Sides, you come into this game with so much hope, so much build-up, looking to move on. One side.